Hey, it's Pat Fu from Boxing After 35, and today I'm going to be talking about the disadvantages that I face starting late. So if you could relate to any of these disadvantages that I'm having, please let me know in the comments. I want to know, and I would like to hear what did you do to overcome them. Or if you have your own disadvantages, write them in the comments, and I would love to take a look and read them and respond. Anyway, just to go ahead and get started, the number one disadvantage that I face for me personally is my work schedule. We're adults, we all have work, and sometimes you can't really do anything about your work schedule. They give you the schedule and that's what you work. So I actually have a 4-10 schedule, which means I work 4 days a week and 10 hours a day. And I'm off Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So this is actually the dream schedule for a lot of people. Unfortunately for me, as a boxer or someone that wants to learn how to box, this is a bad schedule because I'm working on the 4 days that they're having classes, and I'm working all day long, so I can't make the classes. And so the only days that I can make the classes is Friday and Saturday. On Sunday, the whole gym is closed completely. So I can only realistically take 2 classes a week. Now, this is bad because that is just not enough work. Personally, I think you need at least 3 days a week minimum of boxing classes. And it would be nice if it was spread out Monday, Wednesday, Friday. That way your body has time to recover and you're not just doing boxing every single day back to back. I'm doing boxing Friday, Saturday, back to back. But as an adult, as an older boxer, anybody that has a job, you have to work with what you got. And I would love to box on Sundays, go to a class if it was open. I would just do Friday, Saturday, Sunday, even though that's not the most ideal, but I can't. And the days that I can go and the time that I am able to make it to the gym, I just really give it everything I got. My full attention, all my energy goes into those 2 days for boxing. I stay after just a little bit, just to get some bag work in, or just to train with whoever's there. Because that's the opportunity. You have to take the opportunity where it presents itself, and that's where it presents itself for me. Could it be more ideal? Yes, but honestly, as you get older, the perfect world starts to diminish, and you just have to make the perfect world, make it as perfect as you can. I think a lot of people probably have some type of schedule conflict in their lives that is messing stuff up, but I'm just saying, you just gotta make it work. Learn what you can while you can, and if you have any other free time, you're just gonna have to do a solo training. And solo training is awesome. It actually gives you some time to be no pressure and just to work on it yourself. So everything is a blessing in disguise. Second for me is cardio. Now, for me personally, cardio, I've always had super bad cardio, but it's only become super apparent in boxing because when it comes to boxing, everybody knows that it's cardio intense. And it's gonna test your cardio every single time you spar, every time you go to class, every time you train. Your cardio is being tested, and cardio is being worked at all levels, like endurance, slow and steady endurance. Then you have your high intensity interval, and then your all out sprints. All 3 of the cardio levels are being tested at every level. And if you don't have good cardio, it's gonna make things hard. And that's one of my disadvantages, is that I just have bad cardio, and it's probably a me thing, but I think as you get older, the time that you have to work on the cardio is less, or maybe it takes longer to build up better cardio, or it just takes longer to recover from training to build better cardio. There's always something that deals with your age, it's gonna hold you back a little bit, but the older you get, the more wiser you get, and you know that it's all a marathon. It's a long game. Just got to keep on working on it a little bit at a time and don't rush it. Everything's going to be fine. That's how I look at it. Just like anytime you get, chip away at any type of cardio you can do. And if your cardio is that bad, you have to just find ways to conserve your energy. There's other things that you can work on. Conserving your energy, picking your shots, being very efficient in your movements. Like I said, everything is a blessing in disguise, so you have to think about what can I do to either get better or how can I work around my downsides. That's something that I'm realizing, hey, I need to start being more efficient in my movements, because if I'm getting burnt out so fast, then That means there's a lot of movement that I can be more precise with and be more selective with. Next is something that I think all older people would probably encounter at some point in their life, and hopefully not, but the recovery time from injury, the recovery time just from a hard training session, muscle soreness. As you're younger, or at least when I was younger, I could go to the gym every single day. Of course I would be sore, but it wouldn't be that bad. I feel like I would be sore, but then when I worked out again, I feel like I've recovered. But now, like, sometimes when it's just weird, I would have a hard training session Friday, Saturday, and then Sunday is an opportunity for me to go to the gym since I'm off that day. But I'll wake up and my body would just feel so sore, and it's just so weird because I don't believe that I trained that hard to incur that type of soreness, but it just creeps up on you. And it's just something that you have to deal with. Everybody's different, and I believe recovery has a lot to do with your nutrition that you eat, how good you're eating. But then sometimes you can't beat Father Time. So you really have to know your body, take care of your body, and just know that you're not as young as you used to be. So recover the best that you can. You actually have to, sometimes you have to do active recovery, which is you don't just do passive and go to sleep and wake up expecting the next day to be fully recovered. You have to take a long walk, and that's another way to build cardio too, just taking a long walk. So there's things that you can do. There's always a good side to every bad side, and so those are my three. My schedule is really bad for boxing training. My cardio is bad, and that's the number one thing you need for boxing. And recovery is bad, and that's the number one thing you need from a hard training session. So those are some pretty top three bad things that I think that really is a downfall. But then if you just work at it and think of it on the bright side, there are always ways to make things better and always ways to work on it. So I have a lot more disadvantages that I can talk about, but I just wanted to go through the top three. If you want to know what my others are, I'll be more than happy to make another video. Let me know in the comments. But I want to know what you think. I want to know what your disadvantages are and what did you do to overcome them. If you like this video, be sure to like and subscribe. I got a lot more content coming soon.